all the Windrush lot can stay. You know, all the Indians that came over and have fought in our wars and joined the British Army and stuff, they can stay. They've always assimilated into our country pretty nicely.
Listen, guys, guess who's not in charge of this country? The right wing. So no one's getting deported. The people won't have it. The liberals won't have it. You're going to put a stain on our society. You'll all be. This is why we fight you, to stop you trying to do what you're trying to do. This mass deportation. But that's it's not going to happen, guys.
It's funny. It's weird. It's like that's a lot of people's issue. And then other than that,
you're using it as an issue. It's just what you're doing under fascism.
Hang on, you say it's under fascism, yeah? But
well, that's fascist ideology. You need to research it, guys.
What do you mean by fascism?
So you say blame the billionaires, yes?
You're blaming a minority that was brought here.
Yeah?
Question for you.
John,
do you think
John,
this
we're not
is all
blaming
done by
a minority, yeah? Because when you actually look at it, yeah? Right, so John, listen to this, yeah? So look, yeah? Now, we go back to this migration. So we've already agreed that these people that arrive here illegally shouldn't be here, yeah?
Yeah, 1%, yeah. The few people that are coming over on dinghies, yeah. If they're coming over no passports.
Yeah. So listen, okay. So then we go as far as back as saying everybody
millions have got to go. Where's all these millions coming from?
Let me finish. Yeah, then we go back to say, right, all these ones that have arrived here by dinghy, all of them can go and all. Yeah? Because they've broken the law to get here. Yeah?
There's about 700,000 people that have came here illegally, is it?
Brilliant. Get rid of them. Yeah, send them home. Yeah? And then we can look at all of these ones that have arrived here legally and that are not contributing to our society and that have also been breaking the law. Yeah? Now, what would your view be on the ones that have arrived here legally, but then they've broken the law?
Well, if you break the law, you shouldn't be here. Did you go under the country and break the law? What do you think happens to you? You get deported.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So these ones then, yeah, that have broken the law, they can go and all. Yeah.
If you
we both agree on that.
You come into my house, yeah, as a guest and start nicking my shit, you won't be fucking lasting in my house very long. It's the same shit. The country is a home. It's a shared home of everybody.
Okay.
So no, it's not out for criminals to be here.
Yeah. So now we're actually in agreement, yeah, that people that have arrived here illegally, yeah, that have been they've arrived here illegally by boat.
Yeah, but guys, you're trying to tar them all with the same brush. All these millions have got to go. Millions of armed criminals.
Because John, when you work it out, when you actually look into it, you know, you actually look at some of these figures that are produced. Yeah, now we all know what Afghani men, yeah, are more capable of. Yeah, and it's proven. Yeah, because there's only a certain minority of them in certain places, and they're responsible for very high crime rates regarding sexual crimes. Yeah. Now these people are coming from places, like I said earlier, are not compatible with our society. Yeah, they see white women as a trophy. They see them they're targeted. You know, why is this not called out as racism? Why are these women that have been victim of grooming gangs up and down the country, thousands of women, yeah, thousands? Why, when we speak out about that, why are we classed as racist? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's because you just focus on those minorities again when it's proven that there's not just these Afghanis or these Pakistanis or whatever doing the sex crimes.
The argument there is, John, the argument there is, could I just say, the argument there is, yeah, and it's true, right? It's not even an argument, it's actually a fact. We call it out within our own communities and with our own people, man. That's why there's things like those, whether you agree with them or not, that's why there's those paedophile hunters, man. They don't just go after minorities. The majority of them, like you say, are white people, and that will always happen in a country that currently still stands as a majority white country. You're always going to have more white paedophiles than other ethnic minorities. You're always going to have
crime, get arrested. It doesn't matter your colour or your creed or your religious beliefs. You're a criminal.
No, but the difference is, the point I'm saying is, so there's certain cultures where they don't want to call that shit out, mate. In fact, it's quite normal within their community.
NSBC and Bernardo's talk about it bad.
And to call that stuff out is seen as racist. The problem is, they do. John, you can go back and look on mine. I think DP's got one on his. For instance, Bedworth, mate. We got told to turn up to a place where, like, people were doing a protest outside, and, mate, they made sure that the police got him out of that house, put it that way. Yeah, and that's like what happens. They find out someone within their own community living on their estate is a paedophile, and they ain't there by like the end of the day. They're gone. They're run out of town. Same as on my estate. If you're one of them, you ain't lasting long.
I think that just goes across the board, doesn't it? If you're a pedo, you're not very liked in society.
So why,
doesn't matter what colour you are or anything.
So, sorry, but why do other cultures and these certain ethnic minorities then? Why do they not call it out?
In some communities, why
is there so much of it? Why is it when you look at the numbers of what immigration's gone up recently to the number of sexual crimes? It's not just a coincidence like, white people have just gone out and committed more sexual crimes. No, it's because these people are coming in, and like we said earlier, they've got a different culture. Now, I don't know if you're well-travelled, John, yeah? But someone like myself isn't, for instance. So if you, drop me now in, third world country, and I had to fend for myself, mate, I wouldn't be able to, their culture and everything, I physically would not be able to adapt to it straight away. It would take me a good while to realise my surroundings, get to know things, maybe even learn the language, right? If I've just been dropped. It's the same kind of principle. You've got people coming over from countries where they've been shit, mate, that, believe you me, the likes of me and you haven't seen. Yeah, they've had probably hard lives. We can agree on that. They've had hard lives. Yeah, they've seen shit that we haven't seen. But this is the problem. Their culture and everything's different. Certain countries, the legal age is well below the age of 12, for instance. Legal age to have
not our culture, boys. You're talking about a different culture. It's got nothing to do with us.
When you've got people that are landing on our shores that have never lived in a Western fucking society before, apart from France for a little while, and everywhere else as they've obviously travelled over. But other than that, when it's come to settling, you can't expect these people to know. You can't expect them to fit in. I don't expect them to fit in. I'm not silly. I know that if you go take these people, they ain't going to be able to adjust to our way of life. They can go rape a woman in some of these countries, and it's seemed perfectly fine. There's certain countries that we're told by our government do not go to, and if you do go to, you're going at your own risk. That we can't guarantee your safety. Basically,
I'm sure rape's not acceptable in anyone's country, guys.
But what I'm saying is, my point is, there's our government are telling us not to go to certain countries. Yeah, that they're literally Sudan, for instance, Somalia. Don't go to these countries. It literally tells you do not go, and if you do decide to go, then basically at your own peril. If something happens to you, it's your own problem. But yet those people are allowed to just come here undocumented. We don't know who they are, but we're not allowed to go there. They warn us not to go there. But those same people are allowed to come here. They're coming on small boats. John.
So they're coming here illegally. That's what you're saying. They're not allowed to come here. You're saying they're allowed to come here. You're pushing a false narrative.
Okay. No. When you're not allowed to come here is when they would turn around those boats and send you straight back. You know, when they get to the middle of the channel and they start transshipping them over and then chucking all the fucking life jackets back in the dinghy and sending the dinghy back to fucking France.
Then, isn't it? Like I say,
that is ridiculous.
Or whatever.
That is ridiculous.
Where is the duty of care?
Sent back to that safe country they just come from. No passport, no entry. I believe in that.
I've got a question for John.
John, duty of care, you say, yeah? So what about the duty of care to our British women?
Yeah, they're protected under the law, yeah.
What do you mean? So they're protected. So what about these women that have been raped and murdered and attacked? One was punched just on Thursday.
Right, arrest the person who punched her, send him to jail.
You know what?
Send him home. Why not?
Send him home.
To jail.
If they've come here from another country and they're hurting our people, like I said with the guest in our house type thing, they need to just be jailed straight away and sent deported. Nobody's welcome in this country that are going to cause problems. Simple as. Doesn't matter what colour you are. You know what I mean?
Surely that means loads of jail spaces.
Too much on race, boys.
Loads are in jail.
Race all the time. You know,
I'm happy with that.
On a minority.
Listen, if we've got white Europeans coming here committing crime,
right?
And
jail them and deport them as well.
Yeah, they can. They can. I've got no qualms with that, bro. They can do that.
You're pushing this narrative that every black man is a sex offender.
No,
every black man is a paedophile and all the rest of it. Muslims
just these particular countries. Just these particular countries they're coming from, mate.
Okay, John.
It's their culture. Come on,
John. So listen, when these people are coming from a country where the legal age of consent, is 11 years of age, and then they're coming into
countries where the legal age of consent's 11 years old. What are you on about? Like, what are we talking about here? Sudan.
So Sudan, yeah.
Right, I'll have to double check that because I don't see any culture in this world having a legal sex age of 11 or 12-year-old. It doesn't make sense.
Do you want to quickly do it now?
No, I haven't got time. It's my time's getting on about 9:30.
No, but it's only a quick little Google. It's only a quick little Google.
That's how they do it. That's their culture. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm British, yeah.
Do you know what?
Again, if they're coming here committing crimes, jail them.
Hold on a minute, John. What
Don't
did
anybody here committing crimes. Simple as.
Hold on. In
Doesn't matter
Sudan,
where
if
you're
get married,
from,
they can have
what
sex at
colour
10.
you are, or what shit police system do you use.
And if they get married, AY, they can't. It's 18 if they're not married. But if however, the law allows girls from the age of 10 to engage in sexual relations if they're married.
Really?
If they're married, yeah.
Really?
Sudan,
I don't believe you.
I'm telling you.
It's a fact. It's on everywhere online. Look.
It's not.
DP, if you share your screen, I can present it on stage as evidence.
John, do you know the government? They banned all
just to back up what you're saying.
John, they banned all student visas from Sudan. Did you know that?
Right, it's obviously a wrong country then, isn't it? Simple as.
So then we go to. So then let's go to Eritrea. Yeah. And let's look at the same thing in Eritrea.
Oh, there is no legal age of consent because marriage is legally required before sexual intercourse is allowed in Sudan. So they have to force in. There's going to be loads of forced child marriages, basically.
Basically, you are pushing a narrative. That's what it is.
No, we're not.
All Muslims.
No, we're not. It's a fact, guys. And then you go to Afghanistan, and you look at these countries, John.
Akabachi in that.
Do you know?
Like, this is where Akabachi works, AY. So what it is if once they've passed puberty, it becomes haram, right? You know, if they're still married, but before puberty, it bypasses the haram. So they do loads of little boys. That's what that Akabachi is in.
John. So did you know, John, that there was mosques, in Great Britain, in Northampton, actually, that was marrying underage girls to Muslim men.
Well, if that was going on under British law and our culture, then they need to be jailed, arrested straight away and put in jail.
That's another hard thing.
So John,
did get let out 2 days later.
So John, did you know that this sort of stuff was going on, or was you oblivious to it?
You know, I've been a bit busy. I don't really go use a proper far right as any. So you're looking into all this. I'm a bit busy with my socialism and shit like that.
So
if it is going on, the police need to be held accountable. Governments need to be held accountable. This shouldn't be going on.
So John, so you would view someone like me that's got the same views as you, what we've already agreed on, as being far right?
Well, whatever, right, far right. It depends what your views are. I don't know you that well. I've been on a chat with you for an hour and 20 minutes.
I know, but me and you have had some quite good discourse, and we've agreed on a hell of a lot of stuff. Yeah, especially on immigration. Yeah, we agreed about the illegals coming here illegally. We agreed about the criminals getting deported.
I think the big difference is that I don't want to send millions back, and you do.
So how many criminals do you reckon we've got there, guys?
Well, if the criminals, arrest them and put them in jail. So that's it.
So listen. So then all of a sudden, how many criminals foreign do you reckon we've had? Yeah, legal and illegal. Yeah, I think it'd be millions.
I don't know what the stats are.
It'd be millions. Yes, and millions must go.
I know the narrative that you blame the minority for doing the most of the crimes, and it's been proven that it's not. It's mainly the masses who are doing it. The majority.
You know what? I've got questions
the prison population, 12.3% accounts of foreigners. So 12.3% of the prison population is foreigners. So basically, there was 2025 June, there was 10,772 foreign nationals in jail. So if every single one of them, like AY saying, how many have been in jail before that were foreigners? So
a population of 75 million, we've got 10,000 foreign people in a jail.
That's still massively overrepresented.
But how many foreign people do we have in the country? Yeah, then when you look at say,
per capita,
you turn around and say, right, we've got 30% of our country's foreign people, and 10% of them are in jail. That's a hell of a lot of people, guys.
No, it's not.
Per capita, you need to look at this.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So if you've got 30% of the population of 70 million, that's about what? 25 million, 20 million? So 10,000 is nothing compared to 20 million people, is it? It's minimal. And anyway, like I say, I'd rather see these facts myself before I believe anything that you're saying.
Listen,
Because you're pushing a narrative.
You can't
blaming the minorities for everything. And it's typical fascist ideology at the end of the day, boys.
Sort of thing, you know what I mean?
You can't look at it overall, though. You can't look at it overall population. You've got to look at it
I'm an evidence-based man. I don't follow narratives and what's being pushed down my throat.
I've had the same issues with yourself with DP, but after a while you grow to like him. By the way,
you know what it is.
You
know what it is for me, like John.
He's
a lot of shit, and all he does is goes around spreading hate.
I got a question for you, John.
Who does?
So, do you really think?
I do.
Because I've heard you obviously say, and I know obviously again demo battleground and all that. But do you really think everyone's a Nazi? You really think
when we shout Nazi and stuff like that, it's like you calling us lefties. It's as simple as that.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Hang on. It's not. Hang on. I'm sure we all know here as Brits, as British lads, we all know that, like, somewhere down the line, our family was definitely affected by those wars that went on. Yeah, by those people. And you're like throwing that word around like it don't mean nothing. Like, you know, like when you call someone, for instance, a nonce, and it's actually like it waters down the meaning of what a nonce is. It's because
it's just a narrative we use to label the far righties. They don't like it. They don't like it.
You call Nazi at us.
What happens is if you leave the far right to fester that much,
no, I just want to say something.
Nazis, they become Nazis.
The truth is, though, John, what I've noticed, and again, from someone that goes out and documents this shit, what I've noticed is because you flippantly all use the word Nazi, now, like, because I don't agree with his views. I think he's all right as a lad. I've had conversations with him. I can, he seems like a nice lad, man. To be honest, Ryan Ferguson. But he has his views that I don't agree with, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like
he admits he's a neo-Nazi. But
you've allowed him to come out. You've
allowed him. Raise the colours.
But you've allowed him to.
EDL, a lot of them.
You've allowed him. You've allowed people like him. You've allowed people like him. Hang on, you've allowed people like him.
Over a decade.
White power shit.
You fucking twat.
Do you know what, Tom? John? Big up Tommy Robinson, yeah? What's your views on Tommy Robinson?
He's a Zionist shill, basically. He's here to push the Israeli agenda in this country.
What makes you think that, John?
He's here to push the Israeli agenda in this country, which is get the Muslims out. That sort of thing. Makes it easier to kill them, doesn't it, in their lands?
John, what makes you think that,
the Palestine genocide and so on.
John, what makes you think that, guys?
Because he's been funded massively. Have you not seen the stuff he's been doing in Israel? Well, I have. He gets funded by them. He's here giving it all. Why is all the Israeli flags? At your United Kingdom and stuff, why all the Israeli flags?
John, so have you got any proof? John, have you got any proof of it? I will answer. Have you got any proof of this funding or?
Well, yeah, because he lives in Spain. And he gives us some bullshit that he's frightened of the Islam in this country and he's living it up in a villa in Spain. His kids are flying around in private jets and all the rest of it, best clothing, walks about in no less than 600 quid's worth of gear when he goes out the house. He's been funded, I promise you that.
So, hold on a minute, John, but listen, have you got any proof that he's funded?
Well, I haven't. I'm just a man, aren't I? An innocent man.
Okay. So, do you know a couple of minutes ago?
Like you've got
John,
yours.
Hold on a minute, John. A couple of minutes ago, let's rewind. Yeah, you were saying about facts. We were saying to you, we was presenting facts to you.
Yeah, it's all just hearsay, isn't it, boys?
Hold on a minute. And you were saying about pushing a narrative without seeing the facts, without you seeing the facts. Yeah, and now you're doing exactly the same thing. You're pushing a narrative.
You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. He's a chill for Israel.
Hold on a minute. Why are you
got Israeli flags?
Yeah, that Tommy Robinson.
We don't have Islam flags in our demonstrations.
Yeah, you do. You have Palestine flags.
No, we don't. Palestine is a genocide. There's a genocide going on in Palestine. We stand in solidarity with them.
Who cares about
They're being murdered. Children.
John, who cares about Palestine?
50,000 children have been murdered there. That's why we care. That's why we care about Palestine, because that's what can happen anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, but fuck Palestine, guys.
We care about children being killed.
Listen, forget Palestine.
What about
forget
Palestine?
Forget Israel. Forget Israel. Forget all of this nonsense. Yeah, you need to worry about here. Stop worrying about these bases.
The world's a global stage, guys. At the end of the day.
Hold on a minute. So
such a fucking moron.
Can I just say, if you're that bothered about Palestine, what's going on in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, do I? And I'm not that bothered about Palestine. You started it all with the bullshit. Like I said, Tommy Robson works for Israel, and I'll stick by that.
1 minute, yeah. Listen, yeah. You say a villa in Spain, you know, it's not ideally a villa, by the way. Yeah, but yeah, well.
He certainly won't be telling you what he's got, and isn't he walking about Rolexes on and everything now as well? You know, this working man from Luton walking about fucking private jets everywhere and that. Who's paying for all that?
Do you really think he's getting private jet skis?
Yes, I do.
Do you really think? Yeah. So hold on a minute. Yeah. So when he flew to Poland, he flew with Ryanair.
He's a shill.
Hold on a minute. When we flew to Poland, he flew with Ryanair.
Well, I don't have any. You know, I don't go following him about. He's your little, your puppet. You love him, don't you? You're the ones who idolise him. I don't give a fuck about him, mate.
To be honest with you, it's not about idolising.
Idolise anyone. I'll make that clear. I don't idolise no fucker.
No, I don't idolise anybody, to be honest with you. But listen, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I get on all right with him. Yeah, the times I've spent with him, I've got on all right with him, to be honest with you. And I'm yet to see anything that he said anything that's racist. You know, there's nothing he's ever said that's racist.
Listen, boys, his coke habit must be about $2,000 a week.
Mate, do you know what? I've never seen him do coke either.
On all his videos, he's off his face on coke. Believe me, I've had loads of mates who coke heads. He's off his face continuously on the good stuff as well.
Do you know what, John? A lot of people on this panel and on this chat, will always turn around and say that I will be straight up and I will say it as it is and don't really care. Yeah? I've never seen him do that. Yeah? That's the truth. And do you know what? That's the truth. Yeah, so many people said to me before, when you was here with him, I bet you lot was out on the gear and stuff. And I said, you know what? Go and look at the Instagram stories that they're posting. They're in the gym the next morning at 6 o'clock, for Christ's sake. Is that somebody that's out all night on the gear? I don't think so. Yeah.
Not likely.
Listen, do you know what? It's a narrative that you lefties like to spin. Yeah, you all turn around and say, he's funded by the Jews. Do you know what? Listen, you're funded, but we're funding the Jews right now. YouTube is owned by the Jews. So every single one of us is funded by the Jews.
A lot of things.
Yeah, so we're all funded by the Jews then, yeah?
Most probably. They own a hell of a lot of it.
So Tommy Robinson's YouTube channel, Tommy Robinson's YouTube channel is demonetized. So if he was funded by the Jews and the Jews own YouTube, then they would switch it back on, wouldn't they?
YouTube. Sorry.
But
John,
can I say something?
Who the fuck is this fucking lefty fucking John Twat? Who the fuck is he? That sounds like some
come on, John's all right.
How are you, mate? How are you? I'm John Hutchinson. You know I am the taxi fiddler.
Let's have a bit of. I'm not trying to blow it.
Hang on.
I've never even heard of you, John. You sound like a fucking absolute retard.
He's not.
Hang about. Let's have a bit of decorum here, right?
I'm upset because I took your piss out of your mate Tommy. Are you upset because I took the piss out of Tommy Robson, little Tommy, little wannabe?
Let's have a bit of decorum here, right?
Tell him, Tommy Robson. Tell him John Hutchinson called him a wanker.
Come on,
John. When are you coming down south?
To be fair, right, John's come up here, right, is the only...
Listen, I'll just mute everyone, man. Go on, G, what are you trying to say?
Let's have a bit of decorum here, right? John's the only left on here, right? And you got to give him his praise that, like I say, I'm not trying to blow his trumpet here, but he's the only lefty on here. And we're all just going at him, right? And I personally think it's a bit unfair, right? And to start calling him a retard and stuff like that, you can have opposing views, but don't be calling the lad a retard, man. It's not. There's no need for it.
Comment, and it's just like it don't come with anything. It's like you're all right to disagree and debate the guy, but don't like just insult him, and then there's nothing there. It's just like a loaded statement. Do you know what I mean? He's
a fucking superstar, John is, mate. I'm telling you now.
Do you know
No,
what?
and
Yeah,
he's
I don't
clearly
think
in a
I've been
retard.
disrespectful to him in any way, to be honest. Yeah, if
No,
I'm honest.
no one has. No one has.
I
Up
don't
until
think
then,
I
like,
have.
just keep
John,
it clean, man. There's
I'm
no
actually
need.
going to
There's no
shoot
need.
anyway. Yeah, because there's too many people here, and I'd rather. When are you going to be down south, John?
I don't know yet. I've got a lot to do, so at some point I will be, because I've got comrades in Southampton that I want to go and see at some point.
Listen,
And that's
your
about as far
comrades.
down south as I go. So
Why don't you link up with your comrades in Brighton on the 13th?
because I've got my Wrexham demo on the 13th.
All right. Are you going to do be in Birmingham on the 20th?
You knows it. I hate fucking Paul Golding. He's a fascist.
He is a bit of a
Listen, I'm going to come
I
and.
don't really like the guy. I just like the fact that everyone waves the flag and goes with his
John,
patriotic.
I'm going to come and find you, yeah, on the day, yeah. Hopefully, you'll recognise my voice, and we can have a little discussion.
Yes, I'm sure you'll know me. You'll see me. I'll be surrounded by about 20 grifters.
Yeah, they all
Yeah, you will be. Exactly.
You will be. But listen, enjoy your evening, everybody.
Yeah, sound day, yeah.
Yeah, take care, everyone. Yeah.
John, can I ask you a quick question, dude? So I get you're totally against capitalism, right? What's your alternative?
Socialism, so a state-owned, and the people are the state. And everything is non-for-profit and all that shit, yeah. And a bit more humanity. Stop trying to work for like material goods and stamping on the backs of your friends and your family, and just so you can eat better food or put your kids into a better school or wear better trainers. I don't know, drive a better car. Let's fucking work for humanity with each other instead of just fucking thinking you're something special. We're all the same, yeah. We're just people. Yeah. We need, humanity is life.
I agree with that.
Better healthcare, better housing, better food. Like it's now to do with all this fucking shite you're wearing on your wrists, thinking, you know what I mean? Thinking you're special. Like, people need to wake the fuck up. There's serious problems in this country.
It's a form of communism that you're proposing, then.
Well, listen, communism is a utopian ideal, yeah? So socialism is what I'm after, because that's realistic, isn't it?
I was going to say communism's never worked anywhere.
Communism's not even been tried anywhere, mate. Wow. It's a utopian ideal.
People starved to death.
Cuba.
It's not communist. It's socialist.
John, can I ask a question?
Go on.
Yeah. Well, earlier on, when you mentioned about people in this country being lazy and everything, I know there are some real lazy arse doll-dossers, believe me, because I know a few of them I'm in the crap area I live in. But there are, and you mentioned things like personal independence payments, but not everybody, there are mum benefits, are just doll-dossers and everything.
If you're sick, I don't mind. If you're on the sick and stuff like that because you're ill, it's a different story, and that PIP is for those people so they can live, a decent quality of life. But you can't just live on it for the rest of your fucking days and take it easy.
I know that. I do get PIP because I've got severe epilepsy and Asperger's. But at the moment, I'm going back to college in September because I'm doing an artificial intelligence course because I want to get back to work.
Right, good. So retrain, get yourself back into work, fine.
Exactly. But it's just, I wasn't sure if you understood all things like that because the way
I do very much. All I'm asked about is people duff about and they think, right, it's cold out there. I can't be getting up at 6 a.m. and going out there in the cold because they've got used to living in this, dolly environment, like, having a toilet so they can go for a piss and stuff like that. It's all bollocks. Everyone needs to work. One thing us socialists do believe in is 100% employment.
Exactly. I'll agree with you on that. Thank you for that, John.
No, I'll say again. I'm a great believer of this. I know I've mentioned it a few times. People just need to get real, right? Life's a competition. Life is a competition.
It shouldn't be.
But however way you look at it, you'll always see it. It's always a competition. Yeah. You'll never get rid of capitalism, John.
Stand on the backs of the weak. What happens to those weak people? It's no good.
But we can.
That's fascism. That 33%.
My stance, right, is just like. Listen, I'm all for all of that, yeah, but our own people. Sorry, our own people. They're like, let's sort our own people out. And I'll tell you what, the people that do need it at the bottom that you talk about, they can have a little bit more because there should be more in the pot. If there's not so many people that shouldn't be getting it. That's like my only issue, man. Like, and then everything else, like, I think I've agreed with you so far on. Like I said, there's a few things I wouldn't agree with you on.
I've mentioned that they're being brought here for low wages to do the work that our people don't want to do, and now you want to chuck them all out. So that's the problem. That's the big difference.
What would you be happy if not? If okay, how about we just stopped? How about no one has to go anywhere, right? But we stopped now. Like we just completely shut the gates.
Unemployment.
No one else is allowed in the country for like indefinitely.
Just let's close the borders, innit? We've had enough. Everyone's upset. The right wing are all upset now. You know, fascism is creeping into the country. I think it's time to slow everything down.
You've agreed. So in that time then, so we've closed the borders now, yeah? So now, as you agreed, anyone now we could go and look at that has committed crime and is sitting in a prison or has committed crimes and been released even, they should all go, right?
Well, if they've served the time, they're still now they're released and they're being good members of the community, then maybe they need a second chance. But anyone in jail who's committed a crime and they're from a different country, get them gone.
Yeah,
okay, so there's going to be quite a few, I'm telling you, quite a few. More than you actually
That's what's happened to you in a foreign country, mate. You've committed a crime in a foreign country. As soon as you serve your sentence, they'll chuck you back to this country. And then you should get in trouble again in this country.
That's where we should start then. That's because, like I said, you say you're to unite the left, and like I say, to be honest, still am I. I'm just one person, yeah. But all I know is I started going out and covering this and coming away from kind of like the traditional, what we call police auditing, yeah. Because again, everyone's attention was on this, so yeah, I'll be honest, that makes sense, right? You're making content. I'm not going to go and film over there where no one's watching when everyone's watching over there. So I'm going to go where everyone's got an interest. So I started covering this stuff. And I just think, like, all I've seen is, like, mad division that I didn't even realise, is actually in our society. It's mad.
They've caused a lot of it.
Between, like, our own people, though, again, like, because I'm stood there getting called Nazis and that, and I'm thinking, yeah, but at the same time, in my head, I'm thinking, like, yeah, okay, I'm not for those people that you are, but I am for you. So, like, I want to see
a lot of these actions that these grifters have done have given you all a bad name. So you're all tagged under the same brush now. So simple as that. As soon as we see grifters,
the thing with the left.
Yeah, well, we associate these as twats.
What's the grifter?
I can deal with it.
It's someone who fucks around, causing situations to film to make money off it. It's a grifter, isn't it?
Nah, bro. Do you know what? I've got very young children, John, I go to work Monday to Friday, mate. I don't really make anything off of it.
Paul, saying, look at the state of us, where we're going to be in 10 years' time, spreading hate and division, like you do.
Not spreading hate, it's stating facts, my friend.
Standing there with a restore sign saying millions have got to go, like you do, Paul.
By my opinions. I know you don't agree, but I assure you, many agree with me, otherwise the views would not be there. Them specific videos you talk about always go bang. Why? Because people agree with me.
A certain aspect of society agrees with you, yeah.
I have grew up in Coventry, and this demographic change is noticeable like you wouldn't believe. Not that I hate these people, but I love my own people as well. And I feel like, where is my own people going? Why are they not here anymore? Because we do group up. It's very complex, John. I wish we could all get along as well as you think we could, but I don't think we do, and we need to be careful of messing with
when you look around the world, it doesn't work either, does it? When you look at other places
let me continue on this point a little bit, right? What's happened is, as well, is we've brought all these people in, sat to them people and gone, you're all oppressed here, you're all oppressed. Guess who's oppressing you? These people over here. So there's been a culture of anti-white rhetoric and hating us. Do you think when we become the minority, all of a sudden these people just like us all of a sudden, or there could potentially be danger? Well, they've been taught that we're the bad guys for years, because that concerns me, and it doesn't concern me for our age group. What it concerns me for is my beautiful little grandson when he's older. That's what fucking concerns me. I wish there could be a utopia. I wish they could, and if it gets to that, brilliant, good. But my fear is the other side is it can lead to real problems, danger for our peoples, harm, like civil wars, for instance, real mass fucking problems, death, destruction, and pain and suffering. That's where I'm
in that time, because in that time, mate, we are becoming like a minority. People think, oh, that's a broad statement to make. It's really not. like I said, I've gone over the census from 2021, then the one 10 years before, and you can see the percentage difference yourself. And I'm not even going to tell you the stats because you won't believe me. But if that just keeps doing that over a 10-year period, we really ain't far from being a minority when we're already at something like 70.
That's the far right
we're at something like 74. It's not. It's not the far right narrative. It's not. I promise you.
We're multicultural. We have been for a long time. The capitalists have brought them all over as cheap workers. They've all been here. They've been in our schooling system. The breeding.
But the problem is, we're becoming a minority, John.
We are becoming a minority. Murdering everybody and putting them in camps, can we, guys? Just so we can have the country back. It's a bit too late for all that.
No, we put them on planes, John. We put them on planes.
Yeah, that's how it starts. You know, Germany, they took over a bit of Russia. They tried to send them into Russia. They couldn't do it quick enough, so they killed them all. 7 million people.
John, hang on. I've got, so, you know, when we're sending people home, yeah? What if they're going home on like a buyback scheme? Well, we'll, because a lot of these countries, I ain't being funny, if they went back with 15, 20 grand, mate, to some of these countries, they're living like royalty for the rest of their life. Yeah? So why don't we just like offer them that? Go set them up and back in their own countries. Well, they'll live like that. It's far less money in the long run than what we're spending at the moment on fucking keep on having them here.
But we're just
it's like, let's send these people home.
That then advertises if you can get to the country for $5 grand.
Nah, because we close our borders. We close our borders and do that.
45 minutes out of me. I've got to be up for 5 in the morning. Some of us have got jobs.
I'm going out to Baltimore minutes tomorrow. Come on. That probably annoy you. So big up your chest, John.
Yeah, Paul, you keep drifting. You've got a few years left in you, mate, before everyone realises what you're all about.
Let me make a statement, John, though. Different of views. I know what happened, but I don't hate you. I think you're all right. Just FYI, all right?
I don't hate anybody, Paul. I just wish to pull the finger out and do a bit of work. I like to say you need to eat a few vegetables, pal.
So, DP, I don't know if that just was, but yeah, like, and I'm not like telling you what to do, but like, you think like you could apologise to the guy. Think he deserves an apology.
I don't need an apology off him. I won't lose any sleep over it, boys. I promise you that.
Wait, hold on a minute. He beelined for me. He asked me to make him famous. I did what he did. Everyone's seen that my videos pop straight away and then started posting him. He got what he wanted. You're welcome. Do you know what I mean?
I thought I'd be the one to like put the olive branch out there, but no worries.
No, stop spreading hate. Stop going around on your videos saying that the blacks are taking over all our towns and that, because you're individually, you're like a little hate spreader by yourself. You're like a little mini Hitler yourself, Paul. I've been watching some of your shit, mate. You're fucking horrendous, pal.
Yeah,
hate like no one's business, and you're one of the worst out of all the grifters. So,
right, John, I only jumped up to
try get some love going.
Go on, Outlaw. Go on, because I tried to jump up earlier.
To ask you a question, right? You says earlier that the NHS shouldn't profit.
No, that's the pair.
Well, it's a registered business, right? It's a registered business, right? So technically, it should profit, right? But do you
no, because I don't believe in a profit-based society.
Let me get my point across, and then you can rebuttal. Do you not think if it made a profit, we can invest in more doctors, more nurseries, more hospitals, more GPs, more advancements into medical research?
You know, if we tax that, you know, all this money that's going to the top, that goes into the hands of the few, you know, our elites. Maybe if we divert a bit of that and put it back into the NHS, I think that's what we need.
But we're funding at a deficit. Because
no, it shouldn't be. It's a business plan. It's a business.
There's an extra load that's not in the pot accumulation, right?
Well, listen, there's billionaires in this country and they're funneling money up into tax havens like Dubai.
They're leaving the country. They're leaving.
They're leaving so they don't have to pay any tax. If they've come in this country and made them billions of pounds on our system, they shouldn't be allowed to take all that money with them and fuck off to Dubai and that.
Yeah,
that's made in this country from our resources.
Revolt was given $4 billion a year to this country. $4 billion a year in taxes.
Investing in the country?
That takes the average person's tax wage as 475,000.
Some of these millionaires and billionaires make more money, boys, in one night than we make in our entire lives. Do you think that's right? Do you think that should be normal, like?
They're leaving.
But it's not.
No, I don't.
They're leaving, so that's no longer the answer.
Took the chances and done the gamble on the money.
They're leaving the country, so that's no longer the answer.
Yeah, they deserve more money.
Basically, I think they shouldn't be able to take the money out of this country. It should be spent in this country, and that's it. They've made it here. They've used this country to build that wealth. Why should they then take that wealth and leave?
But
they shouldn't be allowed to leave.
Just done it on the stock market.
It should be reinvested.
Yes, in this country.
But the government's putting too much strain, so they're leaving. Google search it, mate.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be allowed to take the wealth with them. But there should be a cap. Anyway, boys, it's getting late.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on. Listen, I appreciate you coming on. Yeah.
Left and right, all the rest. Try not to spread so much hate about migrants and that. Do a bit of research and stuff.
But like I say, there should definitely be more of this. There should be more of this. Like, and to be honest, I don't know if it interests you, but also who does panels very similar to this is a channel called Society X, which you're on the other day. Yeah, you should make an appearance every now and again, John, if it's not too late.
I'm all for it, because I'm trying to push my lefty views, aren't I? I've got my own agenda as well, haven't I?
Well, like Jamie would have you on. I know for a fact he would. He'd have you on.
I know he will, man. That'll be good to watch.
All right, take care, boys.
You know what it is? No one wants an echo chamber, bro. No one wants an echo chamber. But I appreciate you coming on, John, yeah?
How do I play, John?
Well,
big up your chest.
I think what it is on both sides.
He just left.
Everybody researches what they need to know, don't they? You know what I mean? I mean,
exactly. Sean.
John's admitted that he doesn't know. He doesn't and hasn't seen a lot of what other people have brought up tonight, and vice versa. So it proves that I think everybody needs to do that little bit more research, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know how many people see this, but for me, I'll be honest with you, the live was for me personally, and everyone don't have to agree with me. Like I say, again, people are sitting there and be like, oh, well, but I kind of see it. This shit kind of blew up. Yeah, whether he acted up for the video and then kind of it went viral, but he got accused of something he wasn't. I see, and it's going to obviously happen. And he is quite like I say, he's actually quite a funny guy, and that, especially when he starts like throwing the insults and that, you know. So people will film that because that's like, bang, that's funny, man. People will watch that. That'll get views. That's just the honest truth. Everyone's doing the same thing. We're all trying to get like views. Let's be honest. We are. Come on. I believe he probably is to a degree when he's out and he's putting his videos up. You don't put a video up and hope that nobody sees it. You want anyone that's posting up online and says that I'm not doing it for views is an idiot. Because who puts a video online for no one to see it? It's pointless. It's a waste of your time. Like, why would you do that? Right.
At the end of the day, right, there's a polarization in the political spectrum, right? There's whether you're right or left, right? Either way, you're going to have to find some common ground. And this is the whole point of having engagement with people like John, is to find some common ground where you can meet and compromise and get some things in the centre, because no side is going to have it each way. And also, because there is the polarization in political views, right? Extremism, whether it's on the right or whether it's on the left, both as dangerous as each other.
Yeah. They don't work either. Right, that's not what you want, man. But the problem is, as we've discussed before, that the left and right, or the central left and the central right's kind of collapsed, right? And now it's kind of like, that's kind of what you're left with, the more extreme left and the more extreme right.
Yeah. But I will give him credit, Bear. He said everything straight out to us, though, didn't he?
Hey?
He said, he was honest with us.
Like I say, man, we ain't going to agree, man, on shit. But there is common ground, and I do think somewhere, as much as all of it's kind of funny and a bit entertaining on the day, I do think there has to be more. Like, me and DP haven't decided to go out and fucking stand around with a board for the sake of it. It's because it's to engage in conversation with people that are going to see it and have an opposing view. And then they're going to see millions need to go. And even though the stance stays the same, that millions do need to go. Like when you actually have a conversation, like we have done, it's like, right, so you break this down. A lot of them are not exactly the same, but they're all amongst the same about like, yeah, criminals need to go. Yeah, if they're not doing this, yeah, they need to go. And it's like, all right, so you know what I mean? Like by the time you start taking all of these people out, how do you know that actually, because we don't know, if I put 70 million people in front of you and took out like so many percent, are you going to be able to look at that and tell me how many percent I took away? Oh, you fuck.
God knows.
Yeah. To be fair, there was some common ground found with the lefty there. It did agree that the illegals coming over should not be here. The criminals that are of foreign nationals should not be here.
Yeah, like
you know,
should have that opportunity, G, to clear his name, to be honest. Not that he needs to. He's obviously done it on Billy Moore's. Billy Moore gets fucking loads of views, like I say, so I don't know how many people. But I think, and he should. I was speaking to him and he was like, no, I'm like trying to, you know, he was like, actually, I'm trying to get myself out there a bit more, actually, and fucking try and debate people. But obviously, when everyone's acting like a dick around him, like, it's a bit hard, isn't it? He's saying now, like, before he can't even... He's already getting people shouting stuff at him before he even gets a chance to open his mouth. It's kind of like, yeah, I get that.
It didn't stick to his far left views, though, did he? Like I said, there was some common ground on 2 points there found.
Definitely, Big G.
That's because I said the other day on a live, and I stick by it, yeah? When we look amongst ourselves, we probably have far more similarities, yeah? Far more things that we agree on than we do actually disagree on. But for some reason, as human beings, it's something we all fucking do, and I know we do. Some maybe more than others, but we do the complete opposite. Like, it's just, well, I don't know why humans do that, but they do.
Like, I mean, we've spoke about it before, like, and it happens on both sides, where you can agree on 99% of what somebody's saying. But because you don't agree with that 1% of what they're saying, you're against them.
Yeah, I just think it's a bit much, man. Like, but yeah, he cleared his name anyway. He's come on, had a bit of a chat. Fair play to him. You know what I mean? And again, like that's what I said to him just before he goes. These are the type of places he needs to be, really, isn't it? Whether it be right or left, you ain't got to come on ones where go wherever you want. But like, this is where you need to be on places like this. If you want to kind of get like your views and your opinions out there, that's the way forward, mate. Because whether they align with mine, like I say, you know me, with like this whole like I say, I'm an advocate for freedom of speech and shit, man, and people's rights, like the ones we still have. And yeah, man, I think people should have the right in this country, whether their views align with mine or not. I will always support them. Or respect their right, should I say, in being able to fucking, like, for instance, protest. That's like saying we can't protest, you know what I mean? You can't try and say, oh, no. So people should be able to have their view. They should be able to have it aired and voiced. And like you say, what you got to hope for is that you can find some common ground. Because all I do know is, and we all not stupid, we all see it. Even like people that are just viewers of YouTube, you must see it in all the content that you watch. And you've been watching this kind of content now, some of you, for some time, because I recognise all of the names, yeah. Whether it usually be in mine, not mine, but some other channel, I see all of you. And it's like, you've all been watching this content for so long that you must see it yourself, right? It's just insane. All fucking countries going to shit.
Hit the like, share, and subscribe, people.
Yeah.
No, but it's right. It's like, but everyone's always hung up, mate, on all the fucking differences that we have, and rather than like the similarities that we share, and that it's weird. It's weird because they're like very few and far between, like that we actually like their margins, I reckon. And it's like, what are those margins when you get speed? That's what I always think with people. Right, you've got an opposing view to me. That's great. You sit on the other side of the fence, but like, what are the margins between mine and your? Do you know what I mean? Because there's always got to be some common ground. There has to be, surely. Because this idea of keep going out and screaming at each other every weekend, which I believe is all done by design anyway, and we're all just being tipped off against each other. And I go back to, I'm talking about all of us. I'm not calling anyone specifically stupid, but I think as human beings, we're actually as smart as we're meant to be. We're fucking really stupid. And every time they fucking play a stunt on us, like we just play to the tune every time. So they just... They're fishing, man. And we bite to it every time.
A person's views, you'll never ever get 100% of what you want. It's all about compromise.
But that's what I think. I think exactly what we've been doing recently, opening conversation and that, because what else are you going to do? What else is everyone actually going to do about it? Because no disrespect, I ain't stupid. I'm all for people protesting and I advocate for people doing it. But at the same time, if you ask me the question, Bear, because I do get asked this, Bear, do you think these protests work? And I get asked them at protests by protesters and I'm just kind of, yeah, I guess they do. And I'm thinking to myself, they don't really, do they? They don't change nothing.
No.
Yeah,
I don't even class them as protest bad because they're all arranged.
They're all arranged.
It's not a true. Right. It's not a true protest, is it? And a true protest is impromptu and without the establishment warning. Is literally go protest en masse. But no, these protests have to get bloody sign-off from council, government and all, police and everything. It's not a protest.
It's pathetic.
No, I agree with that. But this is what we got, and instead it's just two sides waging war against each other. And 9 times out of 10, when I go to these places, the majority of people that are marching or counter-protesting with these anti-racism boards and stuff, they're actually white people. They're not even like people in ethnic minorities. Like the ethnic minorities ain't out here. So what are they? Why are you moaning when they ain't out here moaning? I don't get it. Shouldn't it be the other way? It's like you're fighting a fucking battle for somebody that, to be fair, they don't even need to fight no battle. What are you going on about?
Can I report some, as Ed Mod, can I report some abuse from your missus, Bear?
Guess what? I made the Daily Mail. Chilling. Made the newspapers again. But I can't share it for some reason. You know, for the migrants in the chairs, Bear.
Only you.
Migrants in what?
Remember we went to me and Ryan went to Solihull Hotel and the migrants in them fucking massage chairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Got an X and then used the footage to make an article about it.
That hotel's weird.
Nah, it's got the oldest bowling green in England in the back of that hotel, circa 1300.
I know it has. I know that because I went there last year.
It's not being used because obviously their fuckers are in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the saddest thing when I got there. I can't believe that's not being used anymore because of these fuckers. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I'm surprised they destroyed it.
Yeah, I bet they've been told on strict instructions. Do not fuck around with that.
Yeah, like they'll fucking listen.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna shut this down myself. You know.
Big up. Let's go for Jamie.
Yeah. Is Jamie live?
Yeah, he's live.
Yeah, he just gone live.
Yeah,
he's just gone.
He wasn't very happy with you, was he? Do you know what I mean?
No. Hey, Bear, do us a favour, won't you? When when you're a kid tonight, mate, just get a bit of chocolate, shove it down your missus in between the cheeks and that. And then when she wakes up, she looks like she shit herself.
Yeah.
All right. Can I remind you, she is pregnant and very hormonal. Maybe not.
Right, pal.
And that's like now. I probably wouldn't do it if she wasn't any of that. To be fair, I still wouldn't take my chances. She'd kick my ass, bro.
You know, birds before whores and that, man. Come on,
Nah,
birds before whores and that.
you get me in enough trouble, you do. You
Why,
get me
what you
in
say-
enough far
what you been
more
up-
trouble than enough.
What you been up to, G?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can a moderator put Society's link in the chat? Just for those that might not know Society X is. I mean, I'm sure they do. Sure they don't all live under a rock. The YouTube rock, but if
Anyway,
there's a
good lad,
moderator
Beth.
that could put it in, that'd be
Good lad.
fantastic.
Go on,
And
top
yeah,
one,
let's
Steve.
all head over to Jamie's then and bombard Jamie's back. He done it earlier, and we'll go back over to Jamie's now.
Right, see you in a
All
bit,
right,
bro.
we'll see you.
All
See you
right.
over there, Bear. See you over
So
there, Bear.
thanks
man.
everyone for joining. Yeah, appreciate everybody. Like I say, something a bit different. I think the guys are right. I'll be honest. This is where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to kind of leave it at, I think John's all right. Some ain't going to agree with me. I think he's quite funny. If you're constantly poking someone with serious allegations, like shouting nonce at somebody, like I said, I personally think that's a bit mad, man. Shouldn't be doing that shit. That's just my stance on it, and I'll fucking, you know, that's the hill I'm on, and I'll die on it. So, big up Newton Potatoes, FJ, Me Chong, Ralph, Craig, Stepper, Nave, all the mods. Big up the mods. Me okay, me. Big up yourself. Get out. Big up. Yeah, all of you, thanks for joining. Let's go over to Jamie's, man. Let's go over to Jamie's and go gate crash Jamie. Well, when I say gate crash, I just mean go chill. Let's go.